Hey guys, it's Melvin7 here, and today I'm bringing you my first vlog on this channel. It's going to be about Game of Thrones Season 4, Episode 09, The Watchers on the Wall. Now, obviously, I'm talking about things in the episode, so if you haven't seen it and you don't want to know, then obviously there's going to be spoilers, so just don't watch it. But yeah, what a fantastic episode, you know. It even compared with the last one, the Mountain versus the Viper. I mean, many people have complained that Game of Thrones battle scenes aren't very long. Like me, it's not a problem. The battle scenes are so well done. It is unbelievable. But we have an entire episode of the Wildlings versus the Night's Watch. What a fucking battle scene. I haven't seen anything as good as this. Just in terms of the depth and in terms of how they incorporate the emotions of the characters and just how they flitted from individual storylines within the Night's Watch. It was absolutely fantastic. What an episode. Right, so we start off and it's basically kind of a conversation between Jon and Sam, and they're on about, obviously, Jon having a relationship with Ygritte, who is the Wildling girl, if you don't know. And yeah, Sam's wanting to know what sex is like because, you know, he thinks he's going to die that day, so, you know, he wants to know. And yeah, that goes on for a while, and then it starts, you know, to advance, and they go their separate ways, and Sam goes to read a book, and Mr. Aemon, I love this bit. It was a nice little bit, couple of minutes where he's talking to Sam about how he knew that he was in love and everything, and he's been in love, so he knows how to like how to find the signs out and stuff. And it's a really nice conversation between them. And then the horn sounds. Oh no, sorry. Before that, Sam manages to save Gilly because Pip's been ordered by Sir Alistair, I think, to not open the gate, and Gilly's outside there with her baby. So Sam tells him to open the fucking gate. It's the first time he swore. It was absolutely fantastic. This episode is the development of Sam. He turns from a scared little boy to a man of the Night's Watch. It is fantastic. And yeah, that bit goes out of the way, and then the horn sounds twice and the battle commences. And, you know, Mance has lit the fire all along, I think it's the north side of the wall, and then on the south there's giants, there's mammoths, there's hundreds and hundreds, thousands of wildlings who are about to attack. And yeah, it's kind of like, it's hard to navigate between them, but yeah, Jon's on top of the wall with Alistair, Sir Alistair, is that his name? Sir Alistair, yeah, or whatever, but he's on top commanding the crossbows to be shot down to the Wildling army, and then on the other side you've got fighters who are fighting the Wildlings from the other side. And yeah, I'm just going to break it down to main points because there's plenty of battle scenes, plenty of killings. So yeah, basically the first main point is when Sam and Pip come down after, oh, what the hell's his name? Torment. Yeah, Torment, the commander of the Wildlings. He has just came down, and he's climbed up the wall and he's tearing through their defenses basically. So they run off to try and help the north side. It's so complicated to explain, but the north side of the wall. And yeah, basically Pip finally kills someone because he's missed for like ages. He's missed about 10 arrows, and he finally kills someone, and then Sam goes, well, is it over, like, the fight? So he goes, no. So he goes to hit another one, and Ygritte hits him in the neck, and Pip ends up dying. That was a big shock for me. I haven't read the books. I've read up to book 2, so I don't know about this. And then the next big fight is Alistair versus Torment, leader versus leader. And yeah, it's fantastic, but in the end, it is Torment who manages to rip Alistair. I don't know if he actually dies because he falls down and then they put him in some vault, I think. I don't know what it is. But yeah, I don't know if he actually gets killed or not. Probably, but that isn't actually said. And then it's Thane, the... Oh, is it Thane, how you pronounce them? Basically, the big, bold one that eats the crows that he kills. And yeah, he comes up against Jon Snow, and oh, this is an epic fight. This proves how Jon Snow is a warrior. I mean, he does get his head bashed quite a bit, to be honest. But he manages to get a hammer and smash it on the Thane's head, and he dies. And then Ygritte sees him because she saw Jon battling, and she comes down and she's, you know, got a crossbow drawn, and she's about to shoot John, but then he smiles, and they're going through the emotions because they know they love each other, and you know she doesn't want to kill him. And then Ollie, who, this is really ironic because Sam came down from the wall and was asking Ollie, he's the little small child that turns the lift that gets them on top of the wall. But yeah, basically he was talking to Sam, and Sam basically said get a weapon and protect yourself, really. And he does, and he ends up killing Ygritte with an arrow. And yeah, it's really heartbreaking when John's there, and you know Ygritte's dying in his arms, and the last thing she says is, you know nothing, Jon Snow. And yeah, she dies, and then Jon Snow has told Gren to defend the inner gate, because a giant, even though they've killed a mammoth, they've killed the other giant, there's one more and he's lifting the gate, and he manages to get inside, and there's 6 of them, and they redo their vows. They basically state their vows, and you don't actually find this until right at the end when the battle's over. The battle's been won. Torment's been taken as captive to answer questions. He's the ginger wildling, by the way, if you didn't know, the big tall one. And yeah, the battle's been won, and then Jon goes to the inner gate, and Gren's dead. He's been true to his word. He literally has died at his post. And yeah, it's really heartbreaking. And then Jon says he's going to go out and kill Mance, because Mance is the leader, and if Mance goes, the wildlings will just completely stop, whereas if Mance is there, they're organised, and they're going to hit wave after wave of attack. So, you know, he knows, and he leaves the Valyrian steel sword that Lord Commander Mormont had gave him, and because he doesn't want to lose it in case he doesn't come back. And yeah, it is absolutely fantastic. I mean, such a well-coordinated battle sequence. I haven't seen anything better than that. The best battle on Game of Thrones by an absolute mile. Absolutely fantastic. And the trailer for the next episode is great as well. I already know what happens because some dickheads have spoiled it on Twitter and stuff. So, you know, even if you were planning on spoiling it in the comments, I really couldn't give a shit, because I already know what happens. But yeah, you can tell it's foreshadowing it, because Cersei says a line to Tywin, basically saying all you care about is family, and yet you don't really know what your family's going on, like what they're doing, because obviously Cersei and Jaime, he didn't really know about that, and he didn't know about a lot to do with Tyrion. And yeah, it's brilliant. And then there's other scenes. There's a scene with Mance there, so Mance is actually coming back for episode 10, and I don't know if he's actually speaking to Jon. I don't know. I think this is well edited. I think Jon goes off to find him. I don't think he does, but I don't know. There's a conversation there, and they may, this wasn't in the trailer, and I'm not going to reveal who it is, but it may end season 4 with the return of a dead character who has died in one of the series. I'm not going to tell you who it is. I'm only going to say it is either Lord or Lady Stoneheart. And yeah, it's going to be fantastic. There is another big death in the 10th episode. I will foreshadow that, sorry if you didn't want to know. But, you know, it's Game of Thrones. Nearly, like, at least one character dies every single episode. So, you know, it is a big character, and, you know, how it's done will be utterly fantastic. It'll be a fantastic conclusion to a wonderful series, and I can't wait for season 5. I will have videos of characters who are coming into season 5, new characters. I'll have like my top 5 battles, top 5 deaths, top 5 this, that. I'll actually edit them. It won't just be a vlog where you're looking at me. I'll have like images coming up on the screen to back what I am saying. But yeah, let me know how this went. This has dragged on for nearly 10 minutes, but yeah, I absolutely love Game of Thrones. Not like, I love it. And yeah, I'm gonna watch it again very soon, just so I can get more knowledge of it, I suppose. So yeah, let me know how it did go and what improvements I could do, I suppose. So yeah, peace.